for joining Carrie Rios and myself, Amber Tripp, as we make our way through the very first series of podcasts for Clark College Community and Continuing Education. We wanted to celebrate our instructors and kind of interrogate them and see what they're about and what their classes are about so that the community at large would know what we offer. So without further ado, Curtis, I'm going to have you introduce yourself with your name and the class you teach here at Clark College CCE.
Hi, good morning, Amber and Carrie. My name's Curtis Miller, and I will be teaching a 5-week course on how to cultivate belonging through small group storytelling.
Awesome. So that's like a loaded title of a class, and it's called Belonging Through Small Group Storytelling if you're looking for it online. So tell me a little bit about this.
Well, the reason that I'm teaching this class is because as a community psychologist in the research that I've done, I'm pretty convinced by that research that the experience of belonging, not the feeling of hanging out with friends, but the measurable, definable experience that has to do with your identity, your value, your needs, and your shared mission with your community. That's the most fundamental human need. And if we can figure out how to cultivate belonging, then as individuals and as a community, we'll see mental, emotional, and behavioral health increase. We'll see thriving, we'll see innovations, we'll see positive relationships, good dialogue, political and economic increase, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's the silver bullet.
Wow. So literally everybody should take this class so we can have a thriving community.
That's my opinion, yes. Yes. But the idea behind this class is that people who take it will be able to facilitate small groups where the use of storytelling as a tool will increase belonging for the members of that small group. So really, I'm trying to equip and train people to go out and do this so that not everybody has to hear it from me.
Oh, well, but why wouldn't we want to hear it from you?
Because there's too many people that need to hear it and just one me.
Perfect. So the ripple effect kind of,
Yeah. We're
awesome.
relying on the science behind how social networks work to spread the experience of belonging like a contagion through our community.
Yeah, that social media can be a contagion too, in and of itself. Wow.
Yeah.
You got a lot of material to cover, it sounds like. Were you always interested in this?
As a matter of fact, yes. That's an interesting story. You could trace my fascination with belonging to before I was even born. But you have to take the class to hear that story.
Wow. There's the cliffhanger, Carrie. There's the cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Always get the cliffhangers in there.
Yeah. I would say as an adult, my interest in belonging, and especially through storytelling, started with some work I was doing in Battleground with a Connect coalition there called Connect BG, which is a suicide prevention coalition. And what we determined, again, through a lot of research, was that the reason that we see suicide happening, not just in kids, but in all people, has a lot to do with their sense of being alone and isolated in the world. And as a result of that, they don't understand why their life is valued and what the meaning of it is. And so we set about to build a connected community and a caring adult network that would solve that. And this curriculum sort of evolved out of that process.
Awesome. I would fathom to guess anyway, that the time we are in right now with coronavirus, there's a lot more isolation, and I guess that this is probably even more relevant to, not that it wasn't relevant before, but just even more so now than ever before.
Yeah, people are feeling their lack of belonging in a more significant way, not only because of the isolation that's come from the coronavirus, but we've become so polarized as a society over a lot of the issues that we're facing right now that a lot of us are sort of wondering how we've sustained relationships with people that we feel like we're in such disagreement with. And one of the things that's really powerful about the process of storytelling in small groups is we're not talking about the issues. We're talking about sharing our personal stories. And what we find when we share personal stories is our humanity, our shared humanity. And once you can connect with someone as a human in an equitable way, you have a much better chance of hearing and listening to and connecting from different perspectives, which we need to do. We're all different. We all see things in a different way. And if we want a healthy community and a healthy world and healthy relationships, those things all have to count. They all have to be added into the mix. Otherwise, we're an incomplete system.
Right. And as humans, we're a societal creature. I mean, we need the camaraderie of our fellow humans.
Right.
To kind of survive in this world, I guess.
Absolutely. No, I think that's absolutely true. And I think you can see that all the way in every area of nature.
Yeah. Yeah. And at the end of the day, we're all human.
Everything is a part of another system.
Yep. All interconnected. It's my 6-year-old daughter. She's pretty philosophical for her age. And she's like, Mom, we're connected to everything. I'm like, yep. Pretty much. Yep. You nailed that one.
Absolutely true.
Yep. And at the end of the day, we're all human. And guess what? We all bleed the same.
Yep.
Hopefully
not too much. Yeah.
So you go into like the some of the science aspect of it. It looks like the neuroscience and that's where it's rooted in. Can you speak a minute about that?
Yeah, the human brain is a fascinating thing, and the way that it grows and develops is through our experiences. And so if we have experiences of healthy human connection and relationship, our brain will literally grow a network that holds information, emotions, and memories on an unconscious level that says we're safe in the world, we can trust people, we can be curious, we don't have to fight for our self-preservation all the time. But if we grow in an environment that we don't have healthy human relationships, like we're trauma affected, there's abuse or dysfunction in our relationships, then we develop a brain that has carries a different message for us. We see that happening in kids, and it shows up in preteens and teenagers and adults. And my contention, based again on a lot of research that we'll cover in the class, is that if we can help people experience belonging in a healthy way, then the messaging that they've received can be translated into strength instead of just damage. Sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. God, it's curious. Seriously, I'm taking every single class Clark College has to offer. Every single one. Because there's so much fascinating information out there. And
it really is.
And you guys as instructors are so good at relaying that information and disseminating it and doing the research behind it and giving us, what it's really about. So I appreciate you doing that. So Curtis, tell me, who would this class really be designed for? Like if you had to kind of nail that down and say, hey, this is designed for, obviously everybody should take the class, but if those people are out there who that would really be designed for, who would that be?
Anybody who wants to have an influence on their immediate social network. So the friends and family and neighbors and work associates, anybody who wants to have that kind of influence, this class will be a huge benefit to them. And if you're a leader of an organization, whether it's nonprofit or a for-profit organization, and you want to develop a stronger team within your employees, being able to foster a storytelling environment that increases the experience of belonging will have powerful impacts on the team cohesiveness. So anybody who wants to have an influence on the people around them for good, wants to create connection and community, this is a great class for them.
Okay. I thank you for explaining that.
Yeah. And another thing I'll say is I've been inviting some really amazing people to take this class. Most of them have signed up. And so it's going to be a better class than just, I know what kind of class it's going to be because of some of the people who are going to be there. There's amazing people who are already going to take the class. So it's going to be really fun, and there's going to be a lot of wisdom in the room, besides anything I might have to offer. So it's definitely going to be a fun class.
Wow, I'm excited. I don't even know these people. I'm I'm in it to win it. So, right. Curtis, if there's one thing that you could tell somebody who's maybe on the fence about taking it to get them over that fence, what would that little nugget be?
Belonging is the most fundamental human need. If you get your head wrapped around this and you develop some skills for increasing belonging in your life and the lives of the people around you, that is the best thing you can do to make the world a better place.
Awesome. And we definitely want the world to be a better place, because
I sure do.
Yeah, it's getting tougher and tougher, even for everybody.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Awesome. Well, if there is anything else you want to add to that, Curtis, now's the time. If you have any little other bits, go for it.
Well, one of the things I would say is that storytelling in and of itself, we talk a lot about that nowadays, but most of the time when we're talking about storytelling, that what's become really popular is the idea of its effectiveness as a marketing tool or as a form of entertainment. Sure. And the kind of storytelling that we're going to do is more of a soft skill that helps you relate to both, in a reciprocal way to all of the people in your life. So this is a more sort of personal skill set, and it is going to be a skill just like learning to play the guitar or weave baskets underwater. It's a thing that you can. I'm pretty sure Clark is teaching an underwater basket weaving class.
Underwater basket weaving. What?
Maybe
we lost really that instructor. It was it was an on the job accident. I don't want to talk about it.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, but it's that's one of the things I think is important to understand going into this. Being a storyteller is something that you can start learning how to do and continue to get better and better and better at. And as you invest in it, your skill as a storyteller and as a person who can draw stories out of other people and help them articulate their belonging is a really powerful ability to carry around with you. Super fun on airplanes and meeting people and being able to call out what's powerful and wonderful about them is a very life-giving thing, and it's one of my favorite things to do and to see happen.
So it's truly like a pay it forward class, really. I mean, you're paying it forward.
For sure. Oh. Yeah, we're trying to infect people with belonging and then send them out into the social network and let them infect others.
It's a good infection, folks, not a bad one.
It's positive. Infection. And you don't have to get a shot.
Just get your finger on the keyboard and just click and roll.
Right, that's right. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Curtis, thank you so much for just being here with us and explaining kind of your passion for this topic and spreading the joy and love and the belonging to everybody out there in the community and making it a better place. I love that.
You bet.
If you want to take this class, it's called Belonging Through Small Group Storytelling, and you can go online to cce.clark.edu. Click on classes, and then it will actually be under Home and Wellness, the subcategory. If you don't want to go online, that's okay. You can give us a call at 360-992-2939, and some lovely individual will pick up that phone to help you register. You'll find the most up-to-date information on our website, the who, the what, the where, the when, the cost, everything like that. It'll be the most up-to-date, so check that out. And Curtis, thank you so much once again for joining us today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your bike ride too.
All I have left is uphill, so it's gonna be less enjoyable than the rest of it. But it's been great talking to you. Thanks for the break and the conversation, and I'll see you at Clark in a week.
Sounds great. Thank you so much, and until next time.
All right, take care.